Let's talk to the winner of the BBC Sound of 2011 list. This is the BBC's list of music acts expected to make it big this year, as chosen by music industry insiders. We've heard from the top 4 so far, but top of the list is Jessie J. Hello, Jessie J. What does J stand for in Jessie J?
It changes. At the moment, it's jet lag.
Right.
Because I'm pretty much always tired.
What's your real surname, Jessie J?
Cornish.
Cornish.
Yeah,
Jessica
Jessica
Cornish.
Ellen Cornish is my real passport name.
All right. Singer-songwriter, you have already written for Alicia Keys, Miley Cyrus, Justin Timberlake, who's described you as the best singer in the world right now.
Yeah, pressure, hey? What do I say to that?
Well, that's obviously pressure, but it's a huge compliment.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember when I met him and he gave me some great advice, and to kind of be a 22-year-old in the kind of company of someone that has taken music to his own kind of level and league is you know, it's undescribable. He was an amazing guy to meet and hang out with.
If you log onto the website right now, you'll see Jessie J in the studio, bbc.co.uk/5live. Let's hear what you sound like. This is your next single, Price Tag. That's Price Tag by Jessie J. That's out in March. So you're only 22, but new to the industry as far as most people listening are concerned. But you've already written songs for those artists that I mentioned in the introduction. How do you get into writing for big names like those?
To be honest, it kind of came by default. I was an artist signed before, and then I just started writing for songs for myself. And I think one of the main things as an artist, you have to find your own sound, and sometimes you don't always get it right. So some of the stuff that I kind of thought, this is good but not for me, I kind of started pitching once I was signed to Sony as a songwriter. So but now I go into the studio and specifically write for people when I've got the opportunity to. But in the early days, it was kind of just writing for myself, and then if it didn't suit me, I'd, Part in the USA, I wrote for myself and then gave to Miley, and
so when that reaches #1 in the States, what does that feel like for you?
It feels like a credible way to kind of give myself a name without doing the kind of normal, feature thing, or taking the I don't know, like the.
So you take so it gives you some status within the industry, but you're not exposed to.
No, it's kind of like
publicity and all the rest.
Yeah, it's kind of like you'll be able to get the taste of it, and it's almost like a development kind of way of doing it. And I just think it's one of those. I've always been a risk taker, and I suppose there's not many people I know that can say that they had a #1 with the first song they gave away in the US. And it's something that I will always. Kind of work towards. It's kind of the standard I've set for myself. So, I mean, I owe Miley so much. So one day I hope to meet her and give her a high five.
Why do you owe her so much? Isn't it the other way around?
No, I think, to be honest, it's a bit of both. I think the fact that I gave her the song, and obviously I think a lot of people say the song kind of broadened her fan base and gave her a kind of new edge. But realistically, she gave me a name too. She helped me. Without her kind of, her success, I don't think people wouldn't have been interested in who wrote a song. So I think, we kind of helped each other out. So
you continue to write for other artists, but only the stuff you don't want to record yourself. They can have your cast-offs.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, sometimes you write a song and I go, this is really good, but it sounds like it'd be really good for Rihanna or Leona. And I was in the studio yesterday specifically writing a song for Britney that I'm going to pitch to her. She might not use it, she may use it, but now I feel like I'm at that point where I really know who I am so well that I feel like.
So when you sit down and think, I am going to write some material for Britney Spears, so just talk me through the thought process. What's in your head? What are you thinking about?
Yesterday I literally sat with the guy I was writing it with, Ali, and just went through loads of Britney tracks and listened to what she likes to do and what makes her Britney. And it's a lot of BVs, a lot of heavy harmonies, but very kind of subtle. And you have to kind of almost become Britney. And one thing I'm lucky with, because I did musical theatre for so long, I can do characters, so I kind of try to sing it like her. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of, sometimes you get it really wrong, please believe. Sometimes I'm like, I really don't sound like this person right now. But yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
And you've been involved in music for a long time. You were in Whistle Down the Wind in the West End when you were 11.
Yeah.
At 16 you went to the Brit School.
Yeah. Joined
a girl group at the age of 17.
Yeah.
You had a stroke 3 years ago.
I did, yeah. It's called an adolescent migraine, which is like a minor stroke. It's one of them things, I suppose. It's kind of...
Well, how did that impact on you?
I think it made me realise that however old you are, you can't guarantee to be here every day. And I think I'm glad that I now know that I'm taking on the kind of role of being a role model for young people, and I think that there's a lot of people with disabilities and ill health that feel like they can't reach their dreams or aspirations because of that, and I'm kind of here to go, no, you can. You know, I have to be very careful. I can't drink, I can't smoke, I have to make sure I get enough sleep, and I think it's really important for me to show people that you don't have to kind of always intoxicate yourself or, you know, push yourself to the brink to be able to be who you are. So yeah, I think it made me grow up a lot. And it's just one of those things, I suppose.
But it doesn't get in the way of anything health-wise, what you do
sometimes now. I mean, sometimes you know, when I'm tired, I can, you know, like it can affect me, but I kind of, as you get older, you deal with it more, and I just suppose I have to adapt to a lifestyle that suits me, and sometimes I have to put my foot down and say, no, I'm so exhausted, I'm not going to let this kind of damage my health. Yeah, so I just have to draw the line. But
your debut single, which is "Do It Like a Dude," is number 3 in the iTunes chart today. Did you know that?
I know, it was number 9 in the official midweeks, which is crazy because it wasn't even supposed to really be the first single. It was supposed to be put into the clubs and it be one of those cool things that people get to know, and it blew up so fast that they were like, I think we need to make this a single and do a video for it. And I don't know, it's so funny because it's one of those songs that I think people talk to me, they go, so what's the meaning? And I'm like, it's just a fun track about grabbing your crutch and wearing your hat. It's not like you play the chorus backwards and it's like, oh, I hate men, like being chanting. It's nothing like that. It's just, it is what it is. It's me always taking the mickey out of myself and, you know, some of the things that exist in the music industry, and it's supposed to just be a bit of fun. And I know the video is quite scary. And
Helen in Newcastle says, I think Jessie J is really talented and a deserved winner of the BBC Sound 2011. She sounds different to everybody else. Maybe a UK Lady Gaga?
You know what, it's really funny because I think Lady Gaga is incredible, and I think I've always said that I almost want to be as big as her success-wise, but she for me has created this almost Gaga world, whereas I think for me, my music's so, like, I'm very real, like I don't want people to think that I look like amazing all the time and I don't wake up and can't wait to
just describe what you look like now. You've got a shiny short black bob with a heavy fringe, loads of dark eye makeup and bright orangey red lipstick, loads of gold
I'm trying not to move because it's very loud. Good Vivienne Westwood cardigan. Very
nails, really long nails,
very long tacky,
red, yellow and blue stripes with black
leopard print
on.
I just suppose.
So obviously you don't just wake up in the morning and suddenly you're like that.
And that's the thing. I think for me that I'm just a normal girl that wants to dress up, write songs and have fun, and I kind of feel like my music is very therapeutic. And I think the difference with Gaga is I think that she's one of those people that I would put on her record to kind of get ready to go out and kind of, but whereas my record I feel like, I don't know, I expose my flaws as well as my strong points, and I think she's incredible, but I feel like she's almost like this kind of non-human. It's like she does
live in a parallel universe where you're from
like
Essex and quite normal.
I'm just one of those chicks that's like, I'm glad that my voice was recordable, and but you know what, it's one of the biggest compliments when people say that, you know, I remind them of Gaga or Rihanna, because they're the people that I aspire to be there with. So, you know,
when you look at the winner of the list last year, Ellie Goulding, who also won the Critics' Choice, which you have as well, for 2011. Is her success in the last 12 months enough for somebody like you over 2011? Do you want more than that, or what do you think?
Do you know what I actually said? The way I see it is like, I've been in the Olympics and Ellie's just passing the baton and I've got to run to the next person, and it's that kind of, I want to keep that consistency. And I've always said that I'll never base my success on a record label, and I'll never base my success on how many number ones I get or how many records I sell. I think it's important to be happy, and I think it's important to make sure that you're true to who you are and you just kind of stay normal and just grounded. And I mean, there's so many things that I want to achieve, but I don't like give myself so many expectations that if I don't do it, I then like, my life's over, I didn't get a number one album. That's not the case for me. And, you know, watching someone like Ellie, I would be super happy to follow in her footsteps, because, you know, she's incredible, and it's an honour to be up there with those UK female artists. So I can't complain.
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
And you.
All the best for 2011. I hope it looks really well, and hopefully we'll speak again. Thank you, Jessie J.
Thank you very much.
Cheers for coming on the programme.